You're watching Hamilton Ironmen TV. Ironmen TV is proudly presented by Boston Pizza Main Street West in Hamilton. Week 5 of the OVFL season features a matchup between the winless Ironmen and the one-loss Niagara Spears, one of the league's powerhouse franchises. Right from the kickoff, the Spears displayed the dominant run defense and relentless team pursuit that has them ranked among the very best in the OVFL, allowing only 76 points through 4 weeks of OVFL action. The Ironmen defense looked up to the challenge of the Spears' powerful run game early on as several stops in succession, featuring Charlie Taggart, Matthew Speakman, and Jacob Matthews. With the Ironmen controlling the line of scrimmage early, Niagara took to the air when Riley McCabe barely missed Colin Ruddle, and McCabe would pay the price on the next play when Daniel Fascioni recorded his 5th straight game with a quarterback sack. McCabe responded on the next play after quarter time with a 15-yard scramble before the hungry Ironmen defensive back end nearly blanked the Spears by securing an interception as the Ironmen continued to hang in with the league's best. Niagara hit a field goal to go up 3-0. On the ensuing Hamilton possession, a low snap would get away from Darius Lemiere, and an early turnover would cost the Ironmen when Cameron McDonald took off to the races, ripping off one of his several long runs for the first Niagara score of the evening, 10-0 Spears. Lemiere's next throw led Brett Haynes up the seam where Adam Evans looked to send a message. The common topic of discussion, leading with the head, once again reared its ugly head. Haynes would be okay, and although the flag appeared to be for targeting, the actual call was roughing the passer. Regardless, the Ironmen moved forward. Not for long though, said Stefan Evangelisto as he enveloped Brett Haynes on the jet run. Vinny Di Diomede continued to run hard, fighting through the Red Sea of sharpened spears, while the Ironmen continued to take shots. Here Lemiere hitting Andre Goody in stride for the near miss. After a punt, Spear wideout Cale Rivet took the screen for 25 yards. 3 plays later, with the sun possibly setting on the Ironmen playoff percentages, McCabe would plunge the Hamilton Ironmen into the darkness with a perfect corner throw over the top to Brandon Solansky, causing the star of the 2010 FIFA World Cup, the Vuvuzela, to reappear. $17-0 Spears. With Blair Robertson in a quarterback, the handoff would go to LeVar Lashington Francis for the 29-yard power run. Charlie Taggart refused to quit by stuffing McDonald on the next play, but Solansky would use his game-breaking ability to bust open the QEW contest with a sensational 36-yard touchdown score. After the touchdown, Lemiere was attacked on successive plays and brought down for consecutive sacks. It looked as though the Ironmen had lost their mojo, until the defense, resilient as ever, created a turnover, allowing the Ironmen offense another chance to succeed. And they would do just that when Lemiere stepped up in the pocket and found Brett Haynes downfield for the massive Hammertown gain. Haynes would add the exclamation mark to the Ironmen's sentence, hauling in Lemiere's loft for the first Ironman points of the evening, while the Ironmen refused to quit. On the next Niagara possession, Matthew Speakman undercut the Niagara receiver for the 3rd interception of the Ironmen's 2014 campaign. After a 3-and-out, the Hamilton defense continued to wreak havoc in the Niagara backfield and hustled to the ball as a team, and Speakman nearly secured his 2nd interception of the half, which could have dramatically altered the complexion of the game. Charlie Taggart, handling punting responsibilities in Niagara, took off for the first run in the middle of the 4th quarter, which allowed Lemiere the opportunity to find Henry Tran deep downfield for the 50-yard gain. But on the next play, Lemiere was pressured and threw up a gift which the Spear defense gladly opened. From there, the Spears took control, with Lashington Francis ripping off yet another big gain, followed by McDonald as the Spears continued to show their depth at running back, a trait which the Ironmen would certainly appreciate 6 weeks into the season. And when the run did not work, the Spears found airspace for Robertson to operate in, as the Spears went on to win by a final score of 38-7. Head coach Kyle Quinlan on the team and the loss.
I just told them they're the most frustrating team I've ever been around in my life, and it's because they're in flashes. They're brilliant. They just played. This is easily one of the top teams in the country, let alone this league. And in spurts, we gave it to them, and then in spurts we play awful. So it's a frustrating experience, but it's frustrating because we have that potential, and we're trying to get it out of them. And excited of where we're going. So obviously it's tough to be on a team when you're losing and guys are dropping and stuff like that. But I think we're heading in the right direction. Obviously our prospects right now, they're tough to make playoffs. We got some real tough opponents coming in. I don't even know if mathematically we can make playoffs anymore, But the bottom line is we're going full out going forward, and we're trying to improve these guys as football players, as men. And I am excited because it is working for some of these guys.
Spears head coach Brian Duguay on keeping his players motivated when playing lower-ranked opponents.
Well, it's easy to keep them motivated. They have a lot of pride in themselves. We have a lot of return veterans from last year. Last year's loss against the Myers took a lot of heart away from the very beginning when we started indoor in January. They've been going hard, and they continue to do it.
Coach Duguay on the outstanding depth of his club.
Well, a lot of people could look at it differently and say, with our rotation on our running backs, we're missing 2. So we have a 5-man, but they're all good to each other. They want each other to succeed, and they want each other to play, and they pat each other on the back, and they give the high fives, and when they all have a good run. But they're all fresh too. So by the fourth quarter, we've got someone fresh all the time. We believe in family.
Yep.
And our whole unit is, with the 75, it's all family. It doesn't matter who's on, we support each other. And we always, if you listen to our chant before a game, it's all family. After practice, it's family. And they're doing really well. They understand the concept of the family, and we keep it plugging away.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out OVFL Live, a weekly radio show airing live from Hamilton on CFMU 93.3 on Mondays between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. Or you can catch the podcast to follow, posted on Twitter at OVFL_live. For Hamilton Ironmen TV, I'm Marshall Ferguson.